Welcome to our November 12th, 2024 regular board meeting. Those who are listening to us, they can view this meeting on youtube.com, Edgecombe County Public Schools. And I will ask each of you to stand with us as we open with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Hope that each of you have had an opportunity to pick up an agenda, and we will follow it as closely as possible. It has grown since I last seen it. So we will move swiftly if possible. Item number 2 on our agenda. Dr. Bryan, do you have something to add to our agenda?
Madam Chair, I'd like to request the board to amend the agenda this evening, change or add to item for action 8.3B, board approval of waiving board policy of community use of facilities rental fee for the Phillips Brooks Alumni Association using the Phillips Middle School multipurpose room on December 14, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to conduct the Phillips High School Alumni 75th anniversary, except for the cost of the custodian required to be on campus during the event, per the community use of facilities policy 5030.
Thank you. I need to hear a motion for approval of the agenda as amended.
So moved, Madam Chair. Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we will amend our November 12th, 2024 agenda as stated. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Item 3, Ms. Hoke will bring our recognition for the month.
Good evening, Madam Board Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Bryan. I'm excited to announce our Employee of the Month for November. Dr. Shanda Battle is the Director of Student Support Services. Dr. Battle exemplifies dedication to student success. She is always available to provide support, ensuring every student gets what they need to thrive. Her commitment to student well-being is evident in her actions, always prioritizing safety and fostering a student-focused environment. According to the Director of Exceptional Children, Megan Sykes, Dr. Battle's approach is compassionate and consistent. She's a strong advocate for student success, maintaining open communication with staff and offering guidance when needed. Her leadership is marked by a genuine concern for others, making her a vital part of our team. Words like helpful, available, consistent, loving, and invested perfectly describe her. Congratulations to ECPS Employee of the Month for November, Dr. Shanda Battle. And her son is here to see it. Yes.
Oh my God. No. Got out of practice. Oh.
And then you're so excited. Come on.
He's an old surprise too.
You knew my son.
That's why we came.
that's always an exciting part of our meeting. Okay, we're moving. Item 4 on our agenda is our public comment. And believe it or not, we have a speaker this time. Miss Sandra A. Stanley, come right up. We're happy to have you here. And you can stand right there. We have 3 minutes. We want to hear what you have to say.
Well, thank you. I've got a lot to say, but I'll cut it down to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Good evening, board. I'm excited to be here. It feels like Christmas.
Okay.
I am writing a book about Princeville School, and I wanted to make sure that you all knew as the board, and hopefully will support my book. I'm writing about the principals of Princeville School starting from 1883 to 1964. And I have found every principal and many, many teachers. And I don't know if you all know this or not, but Princeville School has some brilliant educators. We had educators that went to Yale University, African Americans back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. We have educators that went to Columbia, New York, and what we now call the HBCUs. They were brilliant. A lot of schools, and I'm sure you all know this as educators, especially back in the late 1800s, they had teachers that were 17, 18, 19 years old. But Princeville had the cream of the crop. They were seasoned, they were highly educated, they were dedicated, and I don't want that history to be lost. So I'm writing about that. And I'm also writing about their families, a little genealogy, so you'll know who their children were, who their parents were. And I know that some things have been written about Princeville School in the past, certain principles that they knew of, but we've discovered new principles that people have totally forgotten about. And that history is being lost. So I have appointed myself the guardian over that history, and I want to make sure that it is recorded and that it is preserved. So I hope I have your support in that. I've done a lot of research. I've been to the archives. I've been to libraries, museums of history, ancestry, family search, so I've done a lot of research and I can stand on my data. And looking forward to it being published. Right now, I will tell you that I have not signed a contract yet, but I do have a large publisher that's interested in publishing the information. We're going through some different things, trying to settle some different things, so I may sign with them, I may not, but whether I do or not, I will publish about Princeville School and the early educators, the geniuses that were at Princeville School, and we had no idea they were there. So I'm hoping that you all will support me in that. I'm really proud of the work. And I think we'll be proud when it comes out to see the history that came out of that little tiny school over there. It's amazing. So just wanted to let you all know that, and thank you for the time. And I also want to ask, do you all have any questions of me about the data? Because I sat in this room with Ms. Rose for hours on. She babysat me while we slept for hours and hours getting data and collecting. So I will be using a lot of data. I have nothing but good things to say about the board. So if you have any questions for me about the book, I would love to entertain before you have answers.
I'm sure we will have a lot of information to share with you and some questions. I just spoke to Dr. Bryant and I said to him, here's someone sitting right here that's going to know something too to share with you. We thank you so much.
I thank you all.
Appreciate you very much. I didn't want to start talking about the history because I got to stand close to this agenda. That's the only reason. Okay. We are now at item 5, approval of our open session minutes, October 14th. Did anyone in your reading discover anything that we left out of this set of minutes or need correcting? If not, I need to hear a motion for approval of our October minutes.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the October 14th board open session minutes.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our October 14th, 2024 regular business board meeting minutes. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried. We'll move to item 6 for information. 6.1, our school updates. Dr. Bryant.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before I start with the updates tonight, I just want to welcome Melissa Michaud here tonight. She is stepping in for Patricia as our board attorney tonight. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the opportunity to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Just want to update you on some happenings around the district. Our ESL workshops, the ECPS Family Resource Center recently completed its 3rd cohort of the Title I ESL workshop. These workshops are designed to support all parents and families of our ECPS scholars. They focus on helping English language learners develop communication skills, understand their child's academic needs, and address their own needs within the community. We will continue these workshops in the spring. We're also very excited to announce ECPS Teacher of the Year, Tamika Farmer, has been named one of 2 finalists for the North Central Region Teacher of the Year. This week, a team from the Department of Public Instruction will visit Carver Elementary School to observe Ms. Farmer in action. They will also meet with various stakeholders, including students, parents, and colleagues, to learn more about her innovative teaching practices and the positive influence she has on our school community. We're so proud of Ms. Farmer and wish her the very best as she continues to shine and represent our district on this prestigious platform. And I will tell you, just from a personal experience of being in her classroom, her students love her, and her students are engaged in the academic work, and we're very excited to have her be honored as Teacher of the Year for Edgecombe and hopefully beyond. So, very excited. Also wanted to update you, I know you are aware that I have a high school advisory group. We're actually in the process of forming our middle school advisory groups for students. These advisory groups will continue to play a crucial role for us in fostering a supportive and collaborative environment for our middle school students. I want to make sure their voices are heard and their needs are met. Students provide me with valuable insights and recommendations that will guide our decision-making processes. And we actually have names of students at the middle school level that have been given to us, and we're just working out logistics on dates for that. And as I've told you on so many times before, if you want a very authentic and honest opinion about how things are going, just ask your students, and you will find out very quickly. Also, as you know, our schools that were serving as polling sites last week, we provided them with a work day and aligned that with professional development we had ongoing. 6 of our schools were closed to serve as polling locations. We included Fairview in that number, even though they did not have polling. They shared a parking lot with D.S. Johnson. So we wanted to make sure that that was safe for everybody. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Dr. Dove, Dr. Batts, Dr. Battle, Ms. Sykes, and select multi-classroom leaders, MCLs, provide professional development sessions for staff at these schools. Primary focus of the PD was on enhancing student engagement and rigor in the classroom. Sessions were designed to equip our educators with innovative strategies and practical tools to create dynamic and challenging learning environments. Our team of experts did an outstanding job, and I was in a couple of those sessions last week, and just our presenters were awesome. Our teachers were very engaged and very motivated and shared some great thoughts of their own. So it was a really time work well spent for us. Finally, just to let everybody know, in consulting with the board, Monday, November 25th, the board is going to have a work session about redistricting for the board seats. And also, as that meeting begins, there will be an opportunity to offer public comments as well. So the board is excited to get moving on that process and continue to seek community input. And the board, as they've said on many different occasions, is certainly committed to a very transparent and open process to support redistricting of board seats. That concludes my report, Madam Chair.
I have a question about this last statement that you've made. Have we decided exactly which location we were going to do that?
I believe we probably will be here.
Here. All right. Anyone else have any questions you need to ask? All right. Thank you very kindly. We'll move to item 6.2, our maintenance update. Mr. Perkins.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Board Chair, Vice Chair, Board members, Superintendent Dr. Bryan. I'll begin a tree maintenance update for tonight. After your new duct work installation. And yes, Johnson, you see the water just dropping on the so put the new installation on the new. Both in the mini split on 305, the air handler, this condenser, complementary bar unit, we replaced 2 units. That's what your ovens look like. Carver had a busted water pipe last Thursday. And the guys, they worked hard to get it right for the next day. So I told them I was going to show them off.
We're glad it wasn't freezing, right?
That's right. And this is what they did. They put a clamp up there, stopped the leak. But eventually we'll have to deal with these pipes. This is Tarver High Gym water tank. We have to reroute the pipes. As you can see up on the pipe, on the tank, where it's leaking really bad. So we have to reroute the pipes. And this is Tarver High cafeteria door replacement. This is the old door. It's in bad shape. And this is the new door. This is stock elementary chill water pipe installation. And this is generic.
Y'all been working.
Yes, ma'am.
You're kept busy with these old schools.
Yes, ma'am.
We certainly appreciate what you're doing, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move to 6.3, our field trip. Dr. Byrne.
So extended day field trips, North Edgecombe High School to Fayetteville State University, Edgecombe College High School, A&T University, Phillips Middle School to North Carolina State University. Those are all trips that were approved between the last board meeting and now. Madam Chair, may I go on to fundraisers as well?
Yes, please.
The GW Carver Elementary Sunshine Committee fundraiser, cotton press to sell T-shirts and hoodies for $15 and $30. And then J.W. Parker Middle hosting a Jeans Day fundraiser for students and staff. Pay $3 to participate. Those are the field trips and fundraiser items between the last board meeting and now.
Okay. So we'll have,
have to make a little concession. When I was reading, I kept saying, it's Jean Day. And then I read it again, because both words were capitalized. I thought, who is Jean Day? Then I read it and thought, oh, it's like a Jean Day. Jean Day. That looks like a name, you know. Who is that?
Any questions about the field trips or fundraisers?
Lock me up.
thank you. All right. We'll move to 6.4. You finished that. All right. So we're at 6.5. Codes.
Dr. Battle, appreciate it. Dr. Battle will be coming forward to talk about the code of character and just some of the updates we have.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent Dr. Ryan. Happy to be before you and my colleagues tonight. Over the last 5 years, we have envisioned, developed, piloted, revised, and revise some more. But we have finally created a comprehensive code of character, conduct, and support. Some of that was due to some changes in staffing. Some of that was, of course, the work was started in alignment with the strategic plan, but also during COVID. So kiddos were not in the building during those times. So even though we had a vision, we weren't able to pilot it and actually put it in action. This code differs from the current forward-facing code, which is a 2011 version that is actually complementing Board Policies 4300, that group. This code does not change anything in the policies. It is just a more broader, comprehensive view of the code of character, conduct, and support. And we also like to think of it as more streamlined and consistent, providing consistency for all students. With the input of a variety of stakeholders, including parents, community partners, students, and staff, we've developed a code that helps level the playing field for all students, provides consistency and consequences for all schools, and empowers all stakeholders to support the growth and matriculation of all students. So some of the highlights of this code that you've been provided include behavior violation definitions. I work closely with our attorneys, both Deb Stagner and Patricia Robinson, on making sure that we had clear behavior definitions so that students and parents knew when we were talking about a violation, they would know what it is we're talking about and not just being arbitrary in our assignments of consequences. A district consequence matrix has been developed by grade span, so spanning K2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and for high school. And also in that matrix, I know it's hard for you, you can see it on paper, but when our administrators open up the matrix, it also has live links for interventions for administrators. So they can pair an intervention with a consequence. So for example, if a student receives a suspension for an offense, they can also click on that line where the suspension is listed, so it may say 3 days out of school suspension. They can click on several links within the document to provide interventions for the student. So you don't, it kind of takes the guesswork out, right, of how do I support the kiddo, not just sending them home for 3 days, but what else can we do when they re-enter the school, and what supports can we put in place to help support them so that they can stay in school once they return. The Consequence pairing makes referrals to outside programs, mental health support, and mentoring easily accessible for administrators. And by pairing these interventions with a consequence, we can ensure that we are addressing the skills needed for kiddos to be successful, and we ensure that all kids, no matter what side of the county you are or what school you may be part of, receive consistent discipline consequences and access to interventions. Any questions? Thank you all for your support.
Madam Chair, may I just make a comment? Just appreciate Dr. Battle and everybody else she's worked with,
Yes.
working on this. Truthfully, I think dedicating to making a code of character very consistent and very more uniform across the way, which I think is going to be beneficial for everybody.
Thank you guys for your support during this.
I have a question. So, excellent work.
Thank you.
Excellent. I was happy to see what has been done with this issue because I often talk to teachers and they would make a complaint what students are saying as low as the second grade. You know, with surprise and with this document, I feel like they will get some answers as to what to do with students that young.
Yeah.
How will we get, or will we, first of all, attach this to 4300 policy, or is this going to be attached to 4300 policy? I noticed in your description that you referred to it, so I'm just concerned that it stays in that section. Had you planned to do that, or just keep it different?
Yes, so in working with Attorney Robinson, we talked about that. Currently, if you pull up our website, it is, I don't want to use the wrong word, I think it's an addendum, might be an attachment. So it's addendum, okay, so there's 4,300 policies, and then there's an addendum that just kind of shows what possible consequences could be given the level of the offense. So this document would replace that document. So it's a little more broad in that it provides definitions and it provides, different interventions that we'll be doing. So it'll simply just replace that but not change any board policies. She made sure that it was not disaligned with any current policies that we have. So it just complements 4,300.
It's basically like our regulations that we would often get, right? Like if there's a policy, the board votes on a policy, and then the school system sort of refines what that means.
That's right.
in real time in the classroom or in the school system.
Absolutely. And if there ever became a time due to, financial reasons or, everything's always changing in education, that this didn't, and schools do it regularly, right? Change their behavior matrix. We just took that responsibility away from the schools because we wanted to get back on level ground and make sure some consistency with a lot of the changes, particularly adding 9 new principals to the mix. We wanted to make sure that kids had all the same access and resources at every school. So this could always get updated. This is just where we're starting from, but yeah, just like a record.
And this is something we don't vote on as a board. Is that we vote on the policy, and then the school system develops how it's implemented in the schools.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I checked with Attorney Robinson about too when we first started how we were going to present this to you and to the public. And she said since it's not a policy, it doesn't need to be voted on, but it did need to be shared. And then of course we can always revise based on your input and feedback.
And Madam Chair, I'm sure that principals appreciate this because it takes the guesswork out of it and makes the playing field level. The K-2 schools here, the K-2 schools there, the K-2 schools there, everybody won't have to guess, and it brings clarity to what needs to happen in these cases.
Yes, sir. We were nervous. My colleagues in CISS, particularly Dr. Batts and Dr. Dove, I said, hey, can you put it in front of your principals over the summer? And we were nervous. We thought they were going to, tear it apart, but they were like, no, finally, thank you for telling us how to proceed so we don't have to think so much, and we know we're doing not always the right thing, but the best thing that we can do at the time for the kiddo. So yeah, they were very welcoming of it.
Absolutely. I was excited. I read that thing. I'm going to share it with Ann Kent. She's the chair of the policy committee, right? Thank you. We appreciate your presentation.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We do not have any committee reports at this time, so we will move to item 8.A, our consent item.
Madam Chair, you have thank you, Madam Chair. You have your list of items on consent, various field trips, donations. I will take note of one item that's on here tonight that, given approval by the board, we'd like to have a little moment to present, I believe, a donation from G.W. Carver. It's 8.5A from the alumni of G.W. Carver. And we'd like to recognize them tonight as well. Otherwise, that's the consent agenda for your approval. I think you all should approve it first and then allow.
Okay. Then. All right, so we need one motion for approval of this item.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our consent items as presented. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried.
Madam Chair, I ask Lindsay Palmer, Principal of G.W. Carver, to come forward and introduce our guests.
Oh, goodness. I didn't know I was going to. Fantastic. Mr. Collins in. What was your name? George. Mr. Collins. I'm coming. Sorry.
Well, I didn't know I was speaking, so thank you for having us. I have the pleasure of talking with Mr. Collins and Mr. George. They asked if they could come and present G.W. Carver with a couple of donations, one from the G.W. Carver alumni, high school alumni, and one from the Canida Community Family Center. So I'd like to invite them up at this time.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To the board, principal, all you.
Would you like to speak a little bit?
Okay.
We want to make sure everybody hears it out there listening.
Well, good afternoon to the board, to our superintendent, and to each and every one of you. We are very proud this afternoon to be able to come before you guys again to just offer a little gift to our former school and hope that it would be used for the uplifting of our young kids. Because we believe in educating them at a young age and getting them what they need at a young age. Our association this year was able to give away $41,000 this year for the seniors that graduated and went on to college. And it's always been my belief that it starts here before the kids here. So that's why we want to do something for the younger kids too, so that they can get what they need at this level. And we appreciate that. Matter of fact, like I said, there's two checks. One is coming from the Pine Top Post-Water Community Center, which I'm going to represent tonight, and Mr. Barnes is going to represent the G.W. Carver Alumni Association.
And I apologize for speaking before.
Ms. Evelyn Johnson, do you want to join us? Because she's a member of G.W. Carver Alumni
And take the check that you have for them too.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Turn it up so they can see it.
Yeah, show that money. Yep. Hang tight. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
very
Sorry
much.
about that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you ever want to party, we have the 1969 class reunion at Carver in September. They held it down, I must say. It was a good time. Had fun. Next time you have a reunion, we'll invite everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my 50th reunion. 55th reunion.
Certainly appreciate GW Carver alumni and Kanita Family Center. Community
And
Center.
Pine Tops.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. There's one thing I can say about Edgecombe County, that the alumni organizations care a lot about their school. And they come back and they work, they share, they volunteer their time. And this is just another one that's doing this, and we certainly appreciate it very, very much. Okay, that takes care of our consent items. Still on.
8.1B, this approval for your tonight action item, approve a joint use agreement between the town of Tarboro and Edgecombe County Board of Education for a term of 5 years beginning November 12, 2024 through the ending November 11, 2029. And the agreement's been reviewed by attorneys and also recommend approval.
Does anyone have or discover any questions that you may have for Dr. Bryant in reference to this item? Hearing none, we need to hear a motion for a recommendation.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the joint use agreement between the town of Tarboro and Edgecombe Board of Education for a term of 5 years, beginning November 12, 2024, and ending November 11, 2029.
Second.
Has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve the joint agreement between the town of Tarboro and Edgecombe County Board of Education for a term of 5 years, beginning November 12th, 2024, and ending November 11th, 2029. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Okay, we move to item 8.B, Ms. Peace.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Dr. Woodson, Vice Chair, Mr. Ellis, board members, Superintendent Dr. Bryan. I come before you this evening to request the board approval of the submission of our 24-25 Every Student Succeeds Act consolidated application. Each year, each school district must apply for multiple federal funds through this consolidated application. In your item for action packet, those applications are listed as our Title I PRC 050, Title 1C, which is our Education of Migratory Children, Title II, which is supports effective instruction, Title III is our English Language Acquisition Grant, Title IV is our Student Support Academic Enrichment Grant, and then Title IV, RLIS, is our Low Rural Income Schools Grant. And so our district goes through a process where we meet with multiple stakeholders, including parents, staff, district members and work with schools for them to develop their plans as well. As part of that process, we do complete a comprehensive needs assessment of the district, and schools that are Title I schools also complete that same needs assessment. We identify where our goals and priorities are for the year, and then we strategically align how we're going to utilize those funds through this consolidated grant to supplement other state and local funds to help us meet those goals. In your packet, I did break apart each of the actual federal fund sources, gave you a quick summary of what each of those purposes were. Also included in that what our planning allotment and our carry forward allotments from previous years were, as well as a breakdown of how funds will be utilized. And again, our recommendation is that the board approves the submission of the 24-25 consolidated application in the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction.
Does anyone have any questions before we call for a motion? Hearing none, do we hear a motion for approval?
Madam Chair, I make a motion we approve submitting the 2024-2025 Every Student Succeeds consolidated application in North Carolina DPI.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the grant for 24-25, that Every Student Succeeds Act consolidated application to North Carolina Department of Public Instructions. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you, Ms. Pierce.
Madam Chair, this is the amended item 8.3.B, board approval waiving board policy to community use facilities rental fee for the Phillips Bricks Alumni Association used in Phillips Middle School multipurpose room on December 14, 2024, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the Phillips High School Alumni 75th anniversary.
Questions? If not, we need to hear a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the waiving with the board policy for the community use of facilities rental fee for Phillips Bricks Alumni Association using the Phillips Middle School multi-purpose room on December 14th, 10 until 3. The other information is presented here.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approve the waiving board policy of the community use of facilities rental fee for the Phillips Bricks Alumni Association using the Phillips Middle School multi-purpose room on December 14, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Okay. Mr. Privet, would you take us into closed session?
Absolutely. Madam Chair, I make a motion under the North Carolina Open Meetings Law, Section 143-318, 11A, 1A3, A6, and A8, to go into closed session to consider personnel matters, to consult with the attorney, to preserve attorney-client privilege information, to prevent the disclosure of student records rendered confidential under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, 20 U.S.C. 1232G, and the disclosure of personnel records rendered confidential under GS 115C-319 through 321, and to adopt the school safety components of school improvement plans as required under GS 115C-105.27 AL.
Second. It has been moved and properly second that we will go into closed session. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried. We'll take 5 minutes.
It's everything ECPS in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline. Search Edgecombe County Public Schools in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything ECPS in your pocket.
Go. All right, we'll continue our meeting. Do we hear a motion for approval of our personnel management?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the personnel management as discussed in closed session.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our personnel management as discussed in closed session. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion is carried. Thank you very kindly. 10.12, our extracurricular activities.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve 10.1.2 extracurricular activities for winter sports.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will approve 10.12 extracurricular activities, our winter sport for our winter sports. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you very kindly. 10.2, our closed session minutes. I hope you've had an opportunity to review them. I see them all on the countertops opposite mine. Any comments about the closed session minutes? Hearing none, I need to hear a motion to approve our closed session minutes for October the 14th.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the October 14th, 2024 regular business board meeting closed session minutes.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second. I got 2 points.
Jewel, take it.
Jewel, so take it, all right. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our October 14th, 2024 regular business closed session minutes. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you very kindly. Going to the back sheet. Okay, item for action next, and that's Dr. Myrick and Ms. Pierce. Our school improvement plans.
Good evening, Madam Chair.
Good evening.
Board members.
Yes, sir.
From our last board meeting, we had our plans open for the public to provide comments and reviews of all the plans. We did have several people comment on the plans. There were no comments, however, that would necessitate any substantial changes to the plan or any changes to the plans. Some of the comments were, great job, keep up the good work. Other comments revolved around things that people wanted for extracurricular activities for students. Less rules at school for students. A couple of other ones talked about making sure that we had quality teachers in the classroom. So there were no significant changes that anyone made. I did circle back to everyone today just to verify that no one had made any changes based on those comments. But I will say we were happy to have received the number of comments that we received this year. Last year we received 2. So.
Are we receiving more from the Rocky Mount area? Is that why this year? Was it just basically throughout the whole system?
It was throughout the whole system. We 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 of our schools, 9 of our schools received comments. Our Rocky Mount schools, there were 2 Rocky Mount schools that received comments.
Any other comments? Well, I have a whole book full for you.
Okay.
All I'm gonna do is turn this book back to you. My comments are on the top page of each school. Enjoy reading this
All right.
at some point.
Okay.
That's all I want you to do. Take it back.
All right.
They're all good.
Thank you.
Look. They're all good.
Okay.
I'll talk to you a time or two
Okay.
about that. Thank you. Thank you for the hard work. Great job on those.
I need to make a motion.
No, your
Oh,
recommendation.
yes. The most important part. Go ahead, Ms. Pierce.
Our recommendation is that the school board approves the 24-25 comprehensive plans, inclusive of plans for low-performing schools, Title I school plans, CSI plan, and TSI school plans.
Need here motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval to all comprehensive plans, low-performing schools, Title I school plan, CSI plan, and TSI school plans for the fiscal year 2024-25.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the approval of all comprehensive plans, our low-performing schools, Title I school plan, CSI plan, and TSI school plans for 24-25 school year. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries, and thank you all for your hard work. Okay. Board correspondence.
Madam Chair, Dr. Myra, I brought my notes too, but I won't share your notes. I'll let you do Dr. Wilson's, okay?
Oh.
You can make a copy and put it in there.
Take her own notebook.
You want me to take a picture?
It's all good.
Okay. Now, we appreciate that work. That's a lot of work. Okay. I have a correspondence. Thank you to Dr. Bryant, Evelyn Wilson, Dino Ellis, Evelyn Johnson, Ann Kent, Raymond Privet, and Jewel Calhoun, and Miss Rose Cole. Thank you so much for your kindness and love. Lily R. Worsley. We love you, Lily. Yeah, she's supposed to be. Miss Lily, thank you so much for responding. But we hope everything is going well or better now that things are settled down with your family. We're sorry about the loss.
Thank you for your concern.
Yeah. All right. Dr. Brown, do you have anything you need to bring?
No, ma'am.
Okay. With that said, not tonight. No. Okay. All right. With all said and done, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn our meeting.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will adjourn our November 12th, 2024 regular school board meeting. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. And thank you very much. I hope everyone has a safe Thanksgiving holiday.